What's going on, everyone? Donovan here with another Life Page Thanksgiving episode. And if we had to give it a title, I have to call it Retro Thanksgiving. A Retro Thanksgiving. And you'll get why as we go along in it. Backstory. Kind of sad, but gotta be honest about it. This was 1993, and it was it'll be the first Thanksgiving without my mom, and she had just passed away, so I wasn't really feeling all that great. I was very sad and um, going through a lot. Just got out of a toxic relationship, um, dealing with really just being single and being a Christian, and the contrast of what that is compared to being in the world, the practices and things like that. And then just being in the church and learning things, okay, how does dating look in the church compared to the world? How do you build friendships and things like that with women? And with the fellas as well. Um, so that was a time where, on top of my mother passing, just all these things going on. And at first, I just going through it, I really felt like being alone for Thanksgiving. And it's kind of planning on it. Just it's a time to think and things like that. But um, in fellowship one day, it's like sister came out of nowhere. We'll call her Kay. Um, for privacy reasons, we'll call her Kay. And I saw her in the fellowship, and you know, a lot of sisters are just saying hi, and as I'm coming into the church, coming into the singles ministry, and just said hi. So she was one that kind of came out of nowhere and um, asked me to hang out with her for Thanksgiving, hang out with her and her family for Thanksgiving. And at first, I just thought it was weird. I honestly thought it was weird that someone would come out the blue and ask me to hang out with their family for Thanksgiving. Like, do you know me? I don't know you, and I think that was the point, just to know each other. And so with all that stuff going on, she asked me, and I went back and forth with it, guys. I was just so felt like I was so messed up. I wanted to kind of be in a depression, and then some friends convinced me, kind of got on me about just stepping out and really just not being home, which I'm glad I did. I'd accepted the offer to go, and that was the best. One of the best moments of my life back then at that time, because a lot of things had happened, and I didn't want to do anything. I was just that bad, and for her to come out of nowhere, and I mean literally just kind of just she just walked up to me, shout out to fellowship, hey brother, um, come hang out with me and my family for Thanksgiving, and I just um, she had a real nice smile, so you couldn't resist the smile, but um, so anyway, so that day, the next day, what a week, Thanksgiving week. I forgot which day was it. The day before actual Thanksgiving, I don't remember. But she came to pick me up uh, from the house I was at the time, and just a great smile, just a great personality, the sister. Okay, and so we got a chance to kind of get to know each other on the ride to her parents' house, and on the way, she happened to pick up her sister, who happened to work at a particular radio station, which I was, really, that was really cool. So we pick up her sister. Her sister gets in the car, and then it's that, that's the awkward of, hey, okay, who are you? And so me and her sister are starting to talk, and we're all talking, and we get on the subject of music, and of course, alternative music at the time it was called, but retro music now, as you know it, retro '80s music. So I love retro '80s music, so that was kind of a way for me to get to know them and them to get to know me, because I was doing my A1 karaoke in the car. I was doing it. I was classic, classic, top notch karaoke, singing Spandau Ballet and ABC, and oh my gosh, so many other uh, retro songs I loved back in that time, and still do. And so that was fun. We were all singing and having a ball, and then we get to their parents' house, and I felt like, of course, the mood had changed. We were all having fun, and then this the seriousness of stepping into the door, meeting their parents, and I felt like I walked on the set of the Huxtables. I mean, just nicely dressed. The home was beautiful. The neighborhood is nice and everything, from what I remember, and that was intimidating, because I'm thinking, am I dressed okay? Am I, kind of like, I don't want to say on my best behavior, but am I at my best right now? Am I, you know, impressive or whatever? Just the kind of things you get when you meet people's parents and you meet people's family for the first time. You don't want to make a bad impression. So I meet their parents, and dinner's not ready yet, So we're in the kitchen, me and the two beautiful young ladies. We're in the kitchen, still reminiscing about music. And then dinner time comes, and so dinner time, as you know, and it depends on how you view Thanksgiving, but this is how it's come to be a lot at times, where you you meet people and their family, and of course you meet the man of the house, you meet the dad, and as the women are kind of just looking among each other and looking at you to see how you're going to answer, dad's asking you the questions, and those questions he asks you, how did you meet, where do you work, so among other questions. So, but it was just a great time to meet a young lady and her sister, and who kind of welcomed me in. Their family welcomed me into their special time. That could have been just for them. Everything is over, and Kay dropped her sister and me off. I, I sat in that house. Even though I was, still the feelings of sadness came. That was like I said, that was something that helped ease the pain, and seeing that sister in fellowship, it just brought a smile to my face that you would do that, you would help, anyway. But I appreciate that, sister, and looking back on it, I mean, I it was like the perfect picture of what um like Thanksgiving among families and friends should be. It wasn't any strife. It wasn't any arguments, any tension. It just felt like a great time with family, and maybe because I was a buffer. And if you guys don't know what a buffer is, that's my definition of just the person that's there to kind of smooth out the situation, to kind of, take the tension out of things, that the people kind of the family concentrates on you instead of probably going off with another family member or getting in their business to get in yours. So you're the buffer. You like just bumping between people and things like that. But they ask you questions instead of going for the juggler on another family member. But yeah, that was just a great time, in a great moment in a sad time, and I just appreciate that sister for what she did, and other great things came out of it because I, had a chance to date again and to understand things more as I grew in my walk with God, and just Thanksgiving became like I said, the perfect picture of Thanksgiving for me, because that would be the Thanksgiving I would want to have with my friends and family. So, um, like I said, I share that because you know Thanksgiving can have many definitions. We can look at it with excitement, with man, we're gonna get together with the family and it's gonna be special. But also it can be like we're gonna get together with the family and oh my gosh, they're gonna be there, or he's gonna be there, or she's gonna be there, and you don't want that. I mean, as a time we're trying to gather, um, despite all the things going on in the world, we're trying to gather and come together and have a peace among each other. Not a tension. Um, and by the way, if you guys want to see a good example of that, watch the movie Almost Christmas with Monique. Uh, Rent that, watch that. You gotta check it out, and you'll see what I mean. There's definitely an example of what I'm talking about, and the opposite of what I'm talking about in that movie. But it's one of my favorites. But guys, that's it for right now as far as life pages. Um, we may add some more. Yeah, we're gonna add some more uh, for Christmas, and definitely looking forward for the new year. But let me know what you think. What are some times that you've had with friends among their families that were special, that helped you out of maybe a sad situation, or just was a great moment in your life? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, if you like the content, like, comment, subscribe to the show, and I'll let you know when there's more. Donovan out. Peace.